were no professional opinions done to the accounting officers.
The people of Kericho should know they are being shortchanged.
A high-stakes impeachment hearing, a governor's political future on the line, and outside the Senate, a former lawmaker locked out, clutching a court order that should have guaranteed her entry. This is the dramatic reality Gloria Orwoba faced when she was blocked from participating in the impeachment proceedings against Kericho Governor Eric Mutai.
The orders were served to the Senate, to everyone, to UDA. UDA went for an appeal. This morning they tried to seek some orders barring me from coming back. The orders were not given. So I'm here legally to go back to work as per the court's instructions and judgments that came out. And in fact, I even have my badge, everything. I'm really just coming to work. So what is happening is that the Speaker, who is the head of this House, is being used to implement illegalities. Because as it stands now, I am the sitting nominated senator. A pronunciation by the courts. They have put in an appeal in the High Court. I can't discuss the matters, but the matter is yet to be heard, so we are waiting to be heard. Until then, I am the sitting senator. And with me, I have everything that they've been.
On Wednesday morning, Gloria Orwoba attempted to access the Senate chambers. Security officers stationed at the gate stopped her, insisting they had no instructions to let her in. Even after producing a valid court order reinstating her as a senator, the officers remained firm. A heated standoff followed, with Orwoba accusing the Senate of openly defying the law.
As long as the lady called Consolata Wakabudi is sitting in Senate even now, that sitting is illegal. That is a stranger in the floor of the House. There is no impeachment, by the way, that is going on with a stranger in the floor of the House. That is the basis of an appeal for whatever outcome that impeachment will bring out. Because they have a stranger in the floor of the House. Here are the orders that have been moved up from the seat.
Speaking to the press moments later, the visibly frustrated Orwoba accused Senate Speaker Amason Kingi of acting outside the Constitution.
And the Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, continues to entertain illegalities after Katiba Day.
She claimed that the sitting of Consolata Nabwire, her replacement, was unlawful, describing Nabwire as a stranger in the chamber. According to Orwoba, any impeachment process conducted with Nabwire present was illegal, rendering the entire sitting null and void. Orwoba then directed her frustrations to the people of Kericho, urging them to stand against the process. She insisted that Governor Mutai's impeachment proceedings were compromised, not because of the charges he faced, but because the Senate itself was violating its own rules.
So in fact, the people of Kericho should know they are being shortchanged. Because whatever is happening right now inside the Senate is not legal. There is a stranger at the floor of the House who is purportedly sitting and thinking that she is executing an impeachment. So the people for Kericho should know that.
But to understand why Orwoba is outside the chamber in the first place, we must go back to her ouster from UDA. Orwoba was expelled after internal party disputes where she was accused of misconduct and indiscipline. However, the disciplinary process was flawed. She was denied access to crucial documents, prevented from appealing, and sidelined from hearings. Many analysts viewed it as politically motivated, designed to silence her.
So you either read this apology as prescribed, or you go think about it and come back at any day, any time that you'll be willing to read it as is prescribed.
I am not going to trade a salary for something that has not been investigated. I can stay without the salary, I can stay without the position, Mr. Speaker, and I still continue to say it is unfair that someone who has reported a matter is being taken through this.
Last week, the political parties' dispute tribunal weighed in, ruling in her favor. It declared UDA's process irregular and unconstitutional. The tribunal ordered that all punitive actions against Orwoba be reversed, effectively reinstating her as a senator. With that ruling in hand, Orwoba headed to Parliament only to be blocked once again.
First, I don't have a problem with them saying you can't enter, but I need them to show me the basis of them restricting me from going to work. Because I've shown them the basis of me going to work. So it's just, we are in a country that operates under the rule of law. So I am literally, in fact, I've told them, because they keep sending the junior officers. You know how like the Albert Ojwang story works? Junior officers were being told orders from above and things like that. That's what they kept on doing. So now today I've told them, anyone who comes to me must come to tell me they've been sent like me. Because as we have seen, Langat he has been exonerated or whatever, he's not being tried. Yet all the junior officers who are misused are being tried. So I keep telling these officers who are coming to me, do not be misused. Critics now argue that Speaker Amason Kingi has chosen to ignore the binding tribunal ruling, raising questions about the independence of Parliament. By sitting Nabuire while excluding Orwoba, Kingi stands accused of undermining both the judiciary and the constitution. If you look on both sides, you will see there are almost 50 policemen here for me. So that's what's happening now. Because there was no sitting and there were no committee sittings. The reinstatement happened and we are in recess. This is the first sitting since I was reinstated. So I've come to work. It's not that there was anything stopping me from coming to work. Yes. This standoff is not just about one senator. It points to a deeper issue: how Kenya's ruling party, UDA, manages internal dissent and how state institutions respond to judicial orders. If a tribunal's ruling can be disregarded in plain sight, what does that say about the rule of law? As Governor Mutai fights for his political survival, the Senate is battling its own legitimacy crisis. The clerk of the Senate is part of all of this. Mr. Jeremiah Gegenyo is also part of all of this. So I'm just saying the people of Kericho should in fact say that this sitting should be stopped because there is a stranger at the floor of the house. Right. For Gloria Orwoba, the fight is far from over. The question now is whether Parliament will bow to the law or whether politics will once again override the Constitution. As long as the lady called Consolata Wakabudi is sitting in Senate even now, that sitting is illegal. That is a stranger in the floor of the House. There is no impeachment, by the way, that is going on with a stranger in the floor of the House. That is the basis of an appeal for whatever outcome that impeachment will bring out. Because they have a stranger in the floor of the House. Here are the orders that have been moved from the seat. Newsroom, Maisha TV, reader Kericho Governor.